Alright guys, I think it's time that we talk about Paralives. I have briefly already talked about this game on my channel. I've done a couple of shorts on it, maybe mentioned it in a few long videos, but only because we didn't have a release date and it was kind of feeling way into the future have I not properly looked into it until a few weeks ago when they made an announcement that early access will be on December 8th of this year. That has immediately changed things for me. I am now fully deep diving into this game, learning everything that I possibly can, and if it is not on your radar yet, then this video is definitely for you. If you haven't heard of it already, Paralives is a life simulation game developed by a small indie dev team in Montreal, I believe, and it is community funded. They have a Patreon that is actually still up and running. It is not too late to go and contribute to the development of the game. And as a life simulation game, it is focusing on customization and player-driven stories. By the way, I'm reading from a couple of notes that I've written on my screen here because I want to make sure I include everything in this video. The team has been super transparent over on Patreon. They do regular kind of overviews and updates of things that they're working on. And now we actually have a confirmed list of features that will be available on early access launch, and then features that they'll continue to build out throughout the early access period. So we got a lot of information to get through today. So let's talk 10 things that you might not know about Paralives. I'm going to start with all the basics. This is an overview of everything that you need to know, such as the cost of it, which will be $39.99. This is during the early access phase, and then once they go to launch, they have confirmed that they will raise the price. However, they have said they will never have paid DLCs and it will be free expansion packs only, which is amazing. The cost of the base game will continue to support further development of the game for years to come. The game will be available on Steam, on PC and Mac. Mac is amazing. I love that they're doing it on Mac. And for me, this is super important. It does not require an internet connection to play. There's a lot of games that I always find myself wanting to play when I'm on the go on my laptop and don't have internet connection. So this one is just really kind of nice to know. And also this is a single player game, not a multiplayer game. And finally, the languages that will be available is English, French, simplified Chinese, Spanish, Latin American, Spanish from Spain, Brazilian Portuguese, Portuguese, German, Italian, and Polish. So that is it for the overview. If I am missing any key information, feel free to ask me down below and I will try to get back to you. All right, I want to get straight to the features that excite me the most, starting with an open world town. So they have basically really prioritized having an open world. They said that there's going to be cafes and restaurants and shops and parks. And from what I've been able to see through trailers and footage is we're getting a coffee shop, we're getting a clothes store, we're getting an antique vintage store, we're getting a floral shop, and lots of little parks and courtyards. There will definitely be more. This is just kind of what I could find through my investigation. But the fact that we're even talking about an open world town makes me so excited. Speaking of open world, we obviously need to talk about transport, and planned for a feature coming in early access, so not at launch, but throughout the early access period, are cars, bikes, boats, and houseboats, which, like, houseboats? That's incredible. So we don't have much information on those currently, but the fact that those are even in development or starting to be developed now is just so exciting. So much potential there for stories. I think I remember reading in one of the Patreon posts that Alex really wanted to avoid having your parafolk walk for hours from one end of the map to the other. So to avoid that, transportation is going to be key. Okay, jumping into a little bit of gameplay, something that I kind of felt after doing my investigation is that the game is heavily about choices. So we will talk a little bit later about things like relationship cards. Career choices also play into the career gameplay a lot. And these are just how your character progresses in life. And then obviously an adjunct to that is what are the consequences of those choices and how does it affect your parafolk life? So actually I'm just going to talk about the relationship cards. So relationships in Paralives will be defined by a variety of labels. So when characters spend time together and their relationship bar maxes out, they will be able to select a relationship card for the development either of the conversation or the development of the relationship. Found a really interesting Patreon post about this. So these are what the relationship cards look like. And then if you scroll down, a couple of examples would be friend, fitness buddy, neighbor, former classmate, romantic interest. So these are the different types of labels that you can give to relationships. So why do they like this gameplay mechanic? Well, I find this super interesting. You don't have to navigate and overcharge supercharged interaction menu. Absolutely love that. One of my biggest complaints of life simulation games is feeling so overwhelmed with the social menu. Can never find the interaction that I am looking for usually. And when I'm in a rush, at least not like in a time rush, but when two characters are talking, there's pace. You don't want to just keep pausing and pressing play the game. So yeah, I don't want to be overwhelmed by too many social options. So this helps keep it super streamlined and simple. The relationship will evolve in an organic way. And also they have different odds of whether that interaction will be successful or not based on your relationship status. So you might see a number, a percentage with different actions, and that will be an indication of the odds of whether it will be successful or not. Flirting or kissing, if you don't have a high enough relationship, then that action might fail. Speaking of choices, another aspect of that are the career choices that your parafolk will experience. So they have confirmed that work will be rabbit hole experiences, but they've done a little walkthrough of how that will work. So you have things called application points, which will allow you to apply to different tiers of jobs. So you'll see them walk in and then walk out of the workplace. And then depending on how successful or not successful the day was, you'll get more points and you can spend those points accordingly. You'll also have different perks and actions that you can do at work. So there's a couple different choices that you make whilst your character is at work. Personally, I'm a big career player, so I really hope that careers are something that they continue to work on. And even if not all of the careers are active, even just a few active careers I think would be really fun. So yeah, I'm hoping that that's something that they continue to build on for early access and beyond. Next up, I want to talk about pets, because pets have been confirmed to be part of the early access development. Not just your boring cats and dogs though, they are talking about horses, which is really cool. Also in the planned development for early access, they're talking about the ability to create pets in the Paramaker. Knowing how customizable the Paramaker is for the characters, I can only imagine how many possibilities this will open up to actually be able to create pets in that same kind of system. One more thing I want to talk about before we get into the Paramaker though is personalities. So it looks like personalities actually evolve with your characters. So they're not kind of a boxed in selection that you make at the beginning of the game, but it's a constantly evolving reactive system. So characters grow based on their experiences, their habits, the choices that they make, and then you can level up personalities and pick your character's serious vibe. The choices that you make of your character's vibe will also have perks and bonuses and then consequences in gameplay. So you might learn skills faster, you might be more social, have more positive interactions. Overall, the gameplay seems to be really dynamic. I love how involved a player is going to be in their character's life and progression. So, I mean, all in all, I'm really excited about how this is looking. Moving on to another feature that I am super excited about is the Paramaker. So this is where you actually create your character. And something that everybody is super excited for is the fact that there seems to be sliders for absolutely everything. I'm talking full body sliders, adjustable heights. Every individual body part seems to be the ability to customize. The height slider is really intriguing because I have seen games have height as a limitation to, I guess, gameplay. From what I can see from the footage, it looks amazing. We also have to talk about the color wheel, the pattern selector. It's so customizable. It looks like you have some pre-made swatches available, but then you can go in with the color wheel and individually select different colors. This also applies to skin tone, which is amazing. And the customization even goes to things like beauty spots where you can play with asymmetry. Here we can also see two different eye colors. So you can make every character really unique. Something really exciting that the team have confirmed is that the game will support user-created content. So players will be able to share custom content, their creations, maybe fashion, maybe hair, through the Steam Workshop. I think this is such a good shout from the team because we know that the modding community in live simulation games are next level, and I think they're going to do amazing things with this game. They have actually said, though, that script mods are not planned at the moment. This might change. And finally, we are going to be talking about build mode. I have a couple of different really really exciting things that I've discovered. So let's start with the custom modular furniture. You might have seen these in the trailers, the ability to kind of drag and slide furniture, things like couches and beds. Such a cool feature. It just seems so easy to use and learn. Customization in build mode is just amazing, and I think we're gonna see some incredible builds in Paralives. Also, the ability to color pretty much everything in the game. So we have color wheels, texture selectors. I saw a pattern creator, pattern selector. So it looks like we can color things like walls, chairs, sofas, furniture, decor. So honestly, again, unlimited possibilities. And then finally, you might have seen this on socials, curved walls were confirmed in Paralives. So this is going to have native support right from the beginning. You can do curved walls at any angle, and yeah, I mean, I hope they work. That's all I'm gonna say. So I think that is it. That might be more than 10. Honestly, I lost track halfway through. But overall, I am so excited about this game. We are counting down a couple of months now until release. I think December is gonna roll around really quickly. So let me know what your thoughts are on Paralives down below. If I've missed anything major, please feel free to let me know, and maybe we can do a part 2 of this video. Let me know if you plan on picking up Paralives, and definitely expect many more videos as we get closer to early access. Thank you all for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!